In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to test a scenario in Make, walking you through the entire process from logging in to inspecting your data. Make is an incredibly powerful automation platform, but even the best designed scenario needs to be tested before you let it run on live data, because that's how you catch errors, verify your logic, and build confidence that your workflows are working exactly as intended. If you find this helpful, please like and subscribe, and let's get started. First, you'll need to log into Make. Head over to the Make website and sign into your account. If you're using a team workspace, make sure you're in the correct one, because scenarios are tied to specific teams and you don't want to accidentally be testing in the wrong environment. Once you're in, you'll see your dashboard, which is your command center for all your automations. This is where you can see your recent scenarios, any that have failed, and the overall health of your workflows. Now, let's open the scenario you want to test. On the left-hand side of your dashboard, you'll find the Scenarios tab. Click on that, and you'll see a list of all your saved scenarios organized by folder if you've set those up. Scroll through or use the search bar to find the specific scenario you're working on. Click the scenario name to open it. You'll now be in the scenario editor, which is the visual canvas where you can see all your modules laid out in their sequence. This is where the magic happens, and it's also where you'll do all your testing. Before you run any test, you need to carefully review all the modules in your scenario. Walk through each one from start to finish. Your triggers, your actions, any filters you've set up, and all the connections between them. Look at the trigger module first, because that's what starts the whole process. Check that the trigger is configured for the right event, like watching for a new row in a Google Sheet or a new email in Gmail. Then move to each action module and make sure the fields are mapped correctly. Don't forget your filters, those little diamond-shaped modules that control whether data passes through or not. A misplaced filter can silently block your entire automation, so read the conditions carefully. This review step is where you catch the most common mistakes, like a missing required field or a misnamed folder. Next, verify all your connections. Every module that interacts with an external app, whether it's Slack, Shopify, Google Drive, or anything else, needs an active, authorized connection. Click on each connection block within the modules to see its status. If you see a red warning or a message that says the connection is invalid, you'll need to reauthorize it. This usually means logging into that app again through the Make interface. A broken connection is one of the most common reasons a test fails, and it's such a simple thing to fix. Take 30 seconds now to confirm every connection is green, and you'll save yourself a lot of head-scratching later. Now it's time to prepare your test data. Testing with real data can be risky. You don't want to accidentally send a test email to a customer or create a duplicate order. Instead, create sample data that mimics what your scenario will handle in production. For example, if your scenario is triggered by a form submission, fill out and submit a test form with dummy information. If it watches for a new row in a spreadsheet, add a test row with fake names, numbers, or dates. If your trigger is an incoming email, send yourself a test email with a subject line and body that match your trigger filter. The goal here is to give your scenario something safe to chew on, so you can see exactly what happens without any real-world consequences. Before you actually run the test, save your scenario. This is a small but critical step that people often forget. Click the Save button in the bottom left corner of the editor. If you don't save, any changes you've made since your last save won't be included in the test. Make will warn you if you try to run unsaved changes, but it's better to get into the habit of saving before you test. A saved scenario is a safe scenario, and it also lets you revert back if something goes wrong. Now you're ready to click Run Once. This button is located at the bottom of the scenario editor, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It tells Make to activate the scenario for a single execution cycle. When you click it, Make will start listening for the trigger event you configured. It won't keep running forever. It just watches until it gets one matching event or until it times out. This is perfect for testing because it gives you full control. You're not letting the scenario go live. You're just saying, hey, I'm ready. Show me what happens when the trigger fires. At this point, you need to generate the test event. Go to the app or service that your trigger is watching. If your trigger is a form submission, open the form in a new tab and submit your test entry. If it's a new spreadsheet row, add that row now. If it's an email, send your test email to the address Make is monitoring. Do this right away, because the Run Once mode has a short waiting window, usually a few minutes. Once you've performed the trigger action, switch back to the Make editor. You should now see the scenario execution in real time. As each module processes the data, you'll see a small number bubble appear above it, showing how many operations have been completed. The modules will turn green if they run successfully, or red if they fail. Watch them flow from the trigger through each action and filter. This visual feedback is incredibly helpful because you can see exactly where the data stops or changes. If a module turns red, that's your clue to check its configuration or the data it received. Finally, inspect the trigger output. Click on the number bubble that appears above your trigger module. A panel will open showing you the raw data that was captured from your test event. This includes all the fields, values, and metadata that Make pulled in. Scroll through this data carefully. Is your test name there, the correct email address, the right timestamp? If everything matches expectations, your trigger is working perfectly. If something looks off, like a missing field or unexpected value, you may need to adjust how your trigger is configured. This inspection step is where you truly validate that your scenario is built on a solid foundation. You've now successfully tested a scenario in Make from start to finish. You reviewed your modules, verified connections, prepared safe test data, ran a single execution, and inspected the output. This process gives you the confidence that your automation will handle real data correctly, reducing errors and saving you time in the long run. As a next step, consider testing with different types of data to cover edge cases, like empty fields or unusual formats. And don't forget to turn off your test data after you're done, so it doesn't accidentally trigger again. Thank you for watching, and if you ever need to revisit these steps, feel free to save this video or come back anytime. Happy automating!